Hello, I'm Amy Zalewski, and I'll be your son or daughter's chemistry teacher this semester. My name is a little intimidating, but as I tell my students, it's not the Reitsky, but Zalewski. I graduated from NC State University with a degree in chemistry, and I worked as a chemist for 3 years before deciding to become a teacher. I've been teaching now for 12 years and am National Board Certified. Chemistry is my passion, and I love sharing its wonders with my students. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the structure of my class and some of the things that are going to be important for both you and my students to know. Chemistry can be a difficult class for a lot of students. It requires consistent work both in and out of the classroom. Everything in chemistry is sequential, so coming to class prepared to learn each day is essential. Some of the materials that my students will need to have is a 1.5-inch 3-ring binder specifically for my class. It will need to have certain dividers, which can be homemade, and we're going to talk about that in class. They're going to need paper, writing utensils, a highlighter will also be useful, and a scientific calculator. Scientific calculator, I have a picture of the minimum requirement, which is a TI 30X2S, a long name, but it's a pretty good calculator. It's about $15 anywhere you really look, pretty easy to find, and we'll have all the functions that my students will need to use throughout the semester. If they already have a graphing calculator, that is perfectly fine, and they're able to use that in my class as well. They're going to need this so that they can do their homework, they can do problems in class, and they'll be used to the calculator and know how to use all of the functions when it comes time to take their final exam. I try and make chemistry as fun and practical as I can. We'll be doing several labs and projects throughout the semester, and I wanted to show you some of the stuff that you have access to. Now, this is my parents page, and this is the link that I sent you to from the page in class that I sent home. My home page has a little more information, and under the chemistry heading over here, you can see a link to one of the projects that we're going to do. It's a little wacky and fun and allows some of the other creative outlets and allows their creative talents to shine. I also have some instructions on how to write a formal lab report. We will be practicing that to prepare them for those formal lab reports that they're going to have to write in college. Back to my parents page. It's important for students to get extra help as soon as they need it so they don't fall behind, because each day we learn something new that uses the information that we learned the day before. I'm available every morning to help students and most afternoons for quick questions. I also offer more formal chemistry tutoring at least once a week. And a lot of times that is on Tuesdays and or Wednesdays. I'll let them know in class what day it's going to be for that week. I do give extra credit for attending these tutoring sessions, and it's one of the only extra credit opportunities that students have in my class. There will be homework every night. This homework may be practice problems or a video cast lesson similar to the one you're watching now. Homework gives students a reason to think about the concepts or apply and reinforce the skills they've learned on their own outside of the classroom. I tell them that I make chemistry seem easy, but I need for them to be able to do it without my assistance, and that is the reason for homework. I always post assignments on my website, and if you click on that page, this is one from a previous semester. I always talk about what the topic is and the homework. If I happen to have a digital copy of the homework, I will attach it as well. So if your son or daughter are absent and they don't want to get behind, they can always come here and see what the assignment is for that particular day. I also will have links in there, helpful things on how to. I also, if I happen to have a video cast lesson, I will post a link to it on this page as well. Now if I go back to the parents page here, You can receive automatic text or email homework reminders through Remind 101, and this is just a courtesy that I do for my students, so that they are always aware of what their homework is. Your son or daughter or you will have to sign up for it, and if you click on this page, click on this link right here, it's pretty easy instructions on how to do that. Just look for the correct class so they're signed up and get the correct homework. We're also going to have an online chemistry textbook this semester. And this link will connect you with that textbook. Now, this textbook is only going to be used as a resource. So if a student needs more information, if they don't quite understand the topic, this is a great resource to go to and read a little more about it. They will not be tested on obscure facts within this text. They'll only be tested on material that are covered in class or through homework. Also, I have a link here to PowerSchool, which is our online grading grade book. It's a great resource for both you and your son or daughter. I update grades daily, but I suggest that you check your son or daughter's grades once a week. That gives them more responsibility in keeping up with their own stuff, yet doesn't give them enough time to dig a very deep hole. A little bit about how I code things in the grade book. If an assignment is not turned in, I give a 0 for that assignment. Now, if that assignment was not turned in due to an absence, full credit will be given when I receive the assignment, and that needs to be within 5 days of the absence. If an absence is not a reason for that the assignment is not turned in, I put a 0 and I code it as late. Students may turn in assignments the next day for a late grade, which is a 25-point deduction. Regular chemistry students will have 4 opportunities to do this, and honors chemistry students have 3 opportunities to turn in late work. So when you're checking their grades, if you see a lot of lates on there, that means that they're not doing their assignments on time and not turning them in. And that's something that you would want to address with your son or daughter. I also have some other information that you might find useful. One is here at the bottom, contact Ms. Zalewski. If you click on this, it sends you to an email form where you can send me an email. This is probably the best way to get in touch with me. I have access to the students' grades here and can answer any questions that you might have. You can also call the school and I can give you a call back, but that's going to be a little bit more of a time delay. I have a letter to the parents. This is a audio version of that letter. I also have my syllabus, which goes into the specifics of my class, and some lab safety rules for both you and your son or daughter. We will do labs in this class, and they will be fun, but we must be safe as we are conducting these experiments. I also have a link to the grading scale that I will use in this class. Over here, I also have How to Succeed in Chemistry. This is a little article that just kind of gives some tips on how to be successful in chemistry, some strategies that students can use in order to be successful. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this video cast, and I am really looking forward to meeting you and your son and daughter.